Hello everyone, it's Leon here from Official PlayStation Magazine, and I am here with Dave Jackson from PlayStation Access.
Hello.
And we are looking at Remember Me, which is a future set kind of action adventure. Now you've not seen a great deal of this, have you?
No, I've seen nothing actually. It's new to me.
Okay, so it's kind of like when it was first announced, it's sort of Uncharted in the future. We'll see later on there's some very Uncharted kind of climbing and action sequences. The main character here is Nilin. She's a memory hunter. And she sort of hacks into people's brains essentially to steal memories. There's a kind of social networking program in the game called Sensing, which is kind of like Facebook but uses memories. And she can hack into people's memories. She can steal memories like a resource. She can rearrange them. There are these sort of moments that are like boss battles where she hacks into someone's brain and rearranges their memory to produce an outcome that she wants. There's a video in the preview where you can see she arranges a guy's memory to make him think that he's killed his wife, and then he commits suicide as a result. But they're like sort of almost like kind of QTE puzzler sort of things. You have to work out which bits of the memory to intercept. They're the sort of the boss battle elements. This here is more of a, we'll see in a moment, more of a just a basic kind of action thing. We'll see it's very sort of, once it gets started, it's very kind of traditional. And there's a stealth bit, there's a climbing bit, there's a run away from the thing chasing you bit, but it does look quite polished, and I do sort of like the idea of it, this sort of memory hacking sort of thing. I mean, what do you think of it so far, just from the looks of it?
I really like the look of it actually. I really like the art style. I'm hoping there's going to be more. Well, there is. Yeah, right there I can see that sort of in space graphics.
Yeah.
Moving around, sort of tracked onto everything. I'm really a big fan of that. And
I think they're going to play with this. You're seeing that sort of stuff pop up because it is about memory and sort of mind control and hacking. They're going to play a lot with that sort of breaking the wall between what's in your head and what's in the real world. As I said, this Sensing social networking program is this sort of Facebook but for memories. We can see here this is getting very sort of Uncharted in the movement as she's sort of running around, escaping this captain that's chasing her, trying to arrest her.
I can see how they've really, again, sort of in Uncharted style, put in those seamless sort of set piece camera changes. You're controlling it, then suddenly she's falling down, but it's still completely seamless.
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
Really cool.
Yeah, and I like the idea that you sort of it's not going to kind of make a clear line between and here's a cutscene, here's an action.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine a few people playing and just sort of standing there for a second, not realising they're actually back in control. He was saying this mind hacking device she's got also kind of interacts with technology around us. So we saw it there being used to open a door. Later on, you can see it getting used in combat. But it's her kind of multi-purpose tool for interacting with the world. In combat, you can sort of punch it into the backs of soldiers' heads. We'll see in a little while and kind of overload their memories, and that's kind of like an instant kill.
So do we know why she's doing what she's doing?
No, she's it's the classic amnesia setup. So she wakes up with no memory of what's going on in a Bastille. With no memory, ironically. So it's in a prison in Paris, or in Neo Paris it's called, and she wakes up in this Bastille prison. No idea what's going on, no idea what's happening. Her memories have been stolen. And classic kind of video game style, like a mystery voice kind of gets her out of prison, and then she's on the hunt to try and piece her sort of memory back together and find out sort of who she is and what's happened.
I feel a classic sort of is my mentor actually evil moment coming on.
Yeah, I like the idea, because it is playing with memories. You've got no idea what's true. Like you might not.
Absolutely.
You can't trust anything. This is very sort of Uncharted. It's kind of it's very just classic kind of video game stuff, isn't it? That kind of running away. DMC did something similar as well, where you sort of pursued and pushed, and you just have to keep going to try and avoid losing.
That was great. Yeah, I like that sort of scene.
I like the. It's very sort of. It's like a slightly brighter take on kind of human revolution, that sort of Deus Ex futuristic kind of world. Now here's a combat. It's built out of. There's a thing called the Combo Lab, basically, where you can build your own moves out of things called Preston's. And these are essentially, there's 24 of them, they're different kind of moves, and you can chain them together how you want. That's the memory overload there, which is like the insta-kill. So it's sort of a Batman-y kind of combat, but you create your own moves, if you like, by assembling all these Prestons together to create different kind of sequences. And find moves you like, to find things that work against different characters and in different situations. You will apparently sort of get warned if a move's not effective, or you're not sort of being as kind of lethal as you could be, there'll be sort of screen kind of blurring and flickering and let you know that it's not working. You should be trying something else.
She said during the combat there, when she finished people off, she was gaining PMP. Do we know what that is?
That is procedural mastering power. I'm glad you asked it. But it's procedural mastering power. That is essentially how you unlock the different precedents. So as you kind of, it's a resource. So as you absorb it and gain more of it, you buy moves and expand her kind of combat sort of repertoire. We'll see in a little while here as well. She uses like a logic bomb on one of the characters. So there's additional kind of tools and gizmos she can use. It's all accessed by L2. In a second now she will take. There we go. So you can access different. There's a sense and DOS. I guess that's denial of service. That's almost like a hacking term. So that stuns them all. Logic bomb, essentially like a grenade.
I like the idea of a logic bomb just being like a sort of paradox.
Yeah.
That she just says, and then it's like, whoa.
Yeah. The man looking at the picture is my father.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Hang on, everyone stop fighting.
Yes, look, I mean, it looks quite slick. It looks, I think it looks traditional in terms of its design, but it does look good.
I like that this future world looks quite believable to me as well. It's not like mega dark and it's not mega clean. It's sort of just, it's a bit lived in.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying with like Human Revolution. It's that kind of believable sort of thing. One thing I should mention actually is apparently the sense and this kind of memory-based kind of economy almost in the future has created a kind of a class divide. There's a sort of corporate kind of control and interplay with the sort of the memories and sense and different things, and so there is this kind of have-not kind of divide based on kind of mental and memory kind of technology. I'm not quite sure exactly what the pros and cons are and how the haves become the haves and the have-nots become the have-nots, but it has had an effect on sort of society and kind of the division between different levels.
Yeah.
We're seeing another very sort of traditional kind of gameplay kind of technique here, dodging the spotlights. We'll see in a moment she'll also use her hacky tool thing to sort of trigger some environmental stuff.
You really think you can escape?
Poor old pigeons.
It'll be interesting to see because the prompts and stuff are in the world at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how kind of well it does lead you through and let you know what to do, because unless that fan is clearly kind of indicated as an interactive item, you might get a bit lost, I guess, in some places.
I hope there's a few options in situations like that as well. I would like to see in like fan or something else, and you could sort of choose how to.
That would be nice. I guess my impression of it so far is that it is going to be very sort of linear. It's going to be a kind of a roller coaster ride. You just sort of follow the direction you're told to go in.
Yeah, they're definitely sort of going for like a movie, sort of got a big action movie feel about it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think if it can sort of get a nice narrative going, kind of capture some of that sort of Uncharted or Assassin's Creed, Batman kind of flow, it could be worth a look. But it does depend on whether you like the characters, whether the pace is good, whether it does lead you through these linear sequences well.
This memory thing, it's really interesting take actually.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to see what they do with it.
There's not a lot of games we can play with it. I mean, Darkness Metal Gear Solid 2 did a little bit of that, some codec stuff. But yeah, not a lot has really been done with that technique. Anyway, there you go. That was Remember Me. Leave some comments, and we'll chat to you guys later.